Hey guys, what's up? Unrested here, hanging out at my school on a very nasty rainy day. It seems as though school might jump back into session soon, and I'm pretty excited about that because that means all my students will be coming back instead of doing those e-classes that I've been doing for a while. And that's a little bit more fun. I like to have my students here. But hey, I just wanted to take a second here to, first of all, shout out two other shows I was just on, and I'd like to give them a little bit of credit so that you can check them out. One is Radri. If you don't know Radri, he's been in Japan, I think, almost as long as me, and he does a podcast called Why Come Japan? Yes, it is purposely written incorrectly like that because that is a very famous question you'll get from many Japanese people. Why come Japan? And his Why Come Japan podcast is about all different types of stories of foreigners, why they came to Japan, what reason did they come to Japan for, and what they're doing now. I talk a lot about personal stuff on there, and I can kind of give you a look into my situation here in Japan and kind of some of the ups and downs I went through. And there also is some very, very other interesting podcasts on there. It got me interested in just watching a few. One is about a recent gaijin in Japan who fought a criminal case against him using the same lawyer that the famous Gon did. And if you don't know about Gon's story, he fled Japan and got away from some criminal accusations. Not saying this guy is actually a criminal. If you listen to the podcast, you'll find out he's quite innocent and was falsely convicted, I feel. And luckily was able to get out of the conviction due to his lawyer being a great lawyer. Also a Japanese lawyer, of course. But speaking of which, for some future JFAC episodes, one I've been asked to cover is conviction rate and jail time in Japan. I myself have never been in jail in Japan. I hope never to be. But I have heard some very bad things about the conviction rate. And I have had some friends sadly deported and convicted in Japan and sent away from the country. So that will allow me to give a little more insight into it, I suppose, than just someone looking from it from afar. So if that's something you're looking forward to, I'll be doing that soon. I would also like to ask you to recommend anything you would like a future JFAC on. If you feel like there's a topic I need to rehash, so if there's something I've done in the past, even you're like, I've heard recently that's changed, Scott, what do you got in on it? Oh, that's fine too. Well, let me know. Say, Scott, can you cover this one again? Because I think some stuff's changed. That's cool. And one other show, I just want to give a shout out, Akasan. If you don't know Akasan, he's been doing a show for a long time. I think it's called Comics Plus now. But Akasan, spelled Akasan. I did a show with him, and it was actually like a live stream in which we talked about the differences between Tokyo and Osaka and how they're being locked down for COVID-19. If that's something else you'd be interested in, I'd like to also shout out his live stream that he does. He works with a lot of other people and does a lot of live reactions to stuff as far as both American animation and Japan animation. And you may notice when you watch that one, there seems like there's times where I'm not talking and he might be talking a lot. It's not that he was trying to overtalk me we were actually having communication problems. So please realize, I remember one time when I had my last talk with him, some people were like, why don't you let Scott talk enough? Sadly, both times I did it from my school, and my school's connection, because I have students on the computer at the same time that I'm doing a live stream, sometimes it really slows down the connection. So that was my fault. I should have done it at home, but it was the only free time I had during the day, so I did it. But check that one out too. We just talk about a comparison between Tokyo and Osaka for lockdown on COVID-19. And like I said, let me know, do you like this schedule? That's the other one thing I wanted to ask in this small video. Do you like this new schedule? For me personally, I feel like this is not too bad. It's pretty simple to keep up. I'm enjoying just kind of doing about 2 videos during the weekday, one on Tuesday, and I believe I might upload this one on Monday though. This is just kind of a questionnaire. And Tuesday, then Thursday, and then Saturday for Osaroshi's Saturday. For me, this pace seems to be really good. It gives me more than a day to think about what I'm gonna do next and a rest in between videos. So I feel, I guess, really re-energized. Really though, I mean, I'm loving it. I feel great to be back. You guys are making me feel great. The comments are just out of this world. The amount of love and appreciation I get in those comments is just, I can't explain the feeling of that. I mean, it just feels like I saw a bunch of best friends after being away from them for a very long time. And it really is the way I think about everybody down there in the comments. Everybody feels like just like a best friend. Anybody who would give me the chance to watch my video, comment, whether it's positive or negative, give me a like or a dislike or a view. I mean, it feels so good. It feels just so good to communicate again and just get back into the open and expressing what's going on, things that are on my mind, and, you know, the sharing all the different ups and downs. So again, thank you for all of that. And let me know, just one more time, rehash recommendations for future JFAC. One that I've got coming up is about conviction rate in Japan and jail time. Check out the other two shows that I was on, and let me know if this schedule's working for you, or you prefer something a little bit different. Until next time, I am Unrested. I will talk to you again real soon.